Yeah, this your boy Drumma Boy, aka D-Boy Fresh, and you watching me right here on Wesan. We beneficial. Hey, yeah, boy. My roots in Memphis is, basically growing up in the church. You know, my dad was in the orchestra, my mom was in the opera, my big brother was making beats. So growing up in Memphis is like the city of the blues, country music, all types of music, from the jazz to orchestra to hip hop. So it's a big, we call it a gumbo pot of just good music. And coming up in Memphis, with my older brother teaching me how to make beats, and with the music theory that I had, it was just, only right that I started making beats. Bumped into a guy named Gotti. We started doing production, bumped into Gangsta Boo, Player Fly, A-Ball and MJG. I would meet a lot of people just going mall to mall, passing out flyers, and just promoting myself, introducing myself to as many people as possible, and made a name for myself coming out of Memphis. And that got me calls from Atlanta, LA, Chicago, Florida, and just started moving around until I got that first big opportunity with Jeezy in Atlanta. My production process is usually starting with listening to the artist that I'm producing for. So it's hard to make beats for somebody if you don't know their style, you don't know their beat selection, you don't know their history, you don't know their culture. So it's about research and really studying the artist that you're working with. And then a lot of times, if I don't have access to that music, I say, man, pull up on me. Come to the studio, or I'll come to your studio, and they'll play the music for me in person. And then they can break down exactly what they were doing when they made this song, or what they were thinking about when they made this song. And that just gives me more intellect on how to approach what beat or what I'm gonna play for that particular artist. My favorite, most memorable projects, I would have to say nothing. It's hard to beat Thug Motivation 101. That was my first platinum plat. It was super dope working with T.I. Paper Trail, that was another huge album for me. No Hands is probably one of my favorite, though. To get a diamond record, sell 10 million copies of a single, that's definitely a blessing. So No Hands is one of my favorite. And I feel like I've contributed to the evolution of hip hop by, being one of the pioneers and trap founders of the trap music sound, and helping so many trap artists feed their families and make it out of the hood into greater, bigger blessings that they're able to take care of their family and provide for other artists, and signing upcoming artists, seeing what Gotti has done with the development of CNG. Round of applause. Big shout out to Glorilla and Moneybag Yo and his artists that he's putting on. And the same thing for Dolph. I'm proud to see Dolph where he was able to get to, and how he backed Key Glock and was able to put Key Glock on the map. And we got the new Glockavelli dropping. Super excited about that. So it's just, I'm proud of my city as a whole. Artists throughout different generations, and it's just been a blessing being able to just feed off of energy. That's really what it's about. Like somebody young, 18, they feed me a different energy than somebody 30 might feed me, but we're all creative, we all dope, we all just incredible at what we do. And it's like playing basketball. You see LeBron, 30, late 30s, still balling with the young guys, you know what I mean, and still showing them some tricks and trades, as well as still learning from the younger guys. So it's the same thing. And this music thing, this is something that we can do until we grow old, and pass down to our kids. So it's a blessing. I still feel like I got 30 or 40 more years under my belt, man. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be here for a long time coming. Yes, tips for artists who want to have a long success: learn the business. This is a 90% business. This is the music business. And you need to learn about copyright. You need to learn about publishing, mechanical royalties. Those residuals will take care of you for the rest of your life. So you want to make sure that you do everything right. Copyright your music is the #1 thing. Get an entertainment attorney or somebody who can look over your agreements and make sure that everything is in your best interest. But yeah, put your heart in it and keep it real. Yeah, I learned this business by a lady by the name of Wendy Day. in Wendy days, she was doing free classes and workshops at the University of Memphis campus, teaching people about PRO, publishing, mechanicals, entertainment attorneys, management, and the importance of all of those things. And I started attending at the University of Memphis like 16, 17. I ended up going to school at the University of Memphis where my dad taught. And I majored in music business as well to, just tighten up on anything that I hadn't learned naturally. And with those two things under my belt, it allowed me to be able to navigate the music industry properly.